I knew that scent, even through the smoke, blood, and scorched iron dust clinging to the battlefield like ash from some ancient god's breath. I knew it. It struck me harder than any blade ever had. Kale. The name curled through my thoughts like a flame licking a memory I had buried lifetimes ago. I shouldn't have felt it. I shouldn't have remembered him. But I did, and I roared. I didn't recognize my own voice. It tore from my throat, half battle cry, half feral ache. My claws flexed, my tail lashed behind me like a whip, and my heart beat so loud in my ears I could barely hear the carnage around me. He turned. The moment his eyes met mine, the world stopped. That was the curse of my kind. We remember with our entire being, not just thoughts, but sent light, motion, feeling deep in our bones. Every instinct screamed at me now. He is yours. He was always yours. But he didn't run to me. He braced. He feared me. Years ago, we met on the fringes of a dying moon during the siege of Vorthus Delta. I had been tracking his platoon for days. He was the last one left, bleeding, cornered, and laughing at death like a madman. I had leapt at him from the rocks, blade ready, but something in his eyes stopped me. He didn't beg. He didn't fight. He simply said, "Do it or don't. But I'd rather die looking at you than at a drone." And I hesitated. I didn't understand it then. Why I bound his wounds instead of slitting his throat. Why I carried him to shelter, fed him, guarded him from my own kind. We never spoke of love, but in the stolen silence of that broken moon, we existed in a language older than war. Then came the airstrike, and just like that, he was gone. I searched for weeks, found only bone fragments and half a burned jacket. So I joined the Death Fawn Legion, so I could forget. But now he stood before me again. No scars, no burns, alive, and aiming a blade at my heart. "You remember me?" I said. My voice was ragged. It hurt to speak, like my throat had grown too used to silence. He didn't answer at first, but his grip on the blade faltered. What are you?" he whispered. I almost laughed. "You don't remember?" "I remember a dream. A woman with fire for hair. Claws. Fangs. But that's impossible." My tail twitched. I stepped closer. The others around us had cleared, sensing something larger than a battle unfolding here. Even the drones paused overhead, their targeting systems confused by the lack of aggression between us. "You died," I said. "They told me I was in a coma," he replied, "after a blast on Vorthus. I woke up weeks later. They said I hallucinated the whole thing." "You didn't." "No," he said, "I didn't." Then he lowered the blade. That one motion, so small, so human, nearly shattered me. I stepped into his space, inches from him. He was taller now, broader. His face had hardened with years. But those eyes... I raised my hand slowly, touching the edge of his cheek. He didn't flinch. "You were the only thing I couldn't forget," he murmured. "Every night, every dream. You were there, screaming my name." Because I said, I searched the ruins for weeks. I buried a part of myself in that crater. He closed his eyes. "I don't understand. How are you still alive? What are you doing here?" I smiled, a slow, sad thing. "I'm not here for conquest anymore. I'm here for one last look at the one thing I lost and never thought I'd find again." He opened his eyes. "Then come with me. We can..." "No," I said. "I can't." His eyes hardened. "Why?" I stepped back, my fingers trailing from his face. "Because you don't remember everything." The air shimmered behind me, and I felt the hum of cloaked figures emerging. "My sisters. My unit. You've led us to him," came the voice of Commander Shy. Her armor hissed with energy, blades folded into her gauntlets. "Well done, Fireclaw." Kale looked at me, his mouth opened, the betrayal already dawning in his eyes. I choked. I didn't know. They were tracking me. I thought they lost the signal. But it was too late. I had led them here. To him, the war wasn't over. My species' war council had only buried its fire beneath strategy and patience. And Kale was still the symbol of the resistance. A symbol they wanted erased. You were always the softest of us, Shy sneered. That's why you never ascended. She never forgot him. Another one laughed. I turned, claws out, heart pounding. You will not touch him. Shy raised a brow. You would fight us? For a human? For him, I said, and I struck. The battle was fast, brutal, silent. My claws met theirs in a blur of sparks and fury. I moved like a creature possessed. Not with rage, but with memory, with love, with defiance. Kale didn't run. He fought beside me, just like that moon, just like before. When it was done, only ash remained. My sisters were gone. The cloaking field collapsed, and the valley around us went still. Kale was bleeding from a cut above his eye. I was gasping. He held me. We didn't speak. We didn't need to. We hid for days in the ruins, just like old times. My body ached, but my spirit finally felt light. He asked me about my people. I told him about the sky cities, the star cults, the training pits, and the sacred fire rituals we no longer believed in. I asked him about Earth. He said it wasn't worth going back to. He asked if I'd stay. I didn't answer right away. But I'm still here. We live now in a crater-turned-garden. The same crater where I once believed he died. We don't wear armor anymore. We don't need war to know our worth. But some nights, I still wake to the sound of fire in my dreams. I smell ash. I hear screams. And I remember how close I came to losing him again. He never forgot me, either, but he did forget the part of him that was ready to die before meeting me. Now he's alive, and I remember for both of us,